How's it going, fellow otakus and gamers? It's been a while since I last did a video on the count of the amount of harassment I've been suffering as of late. But I'm not going to get into that because apparently there's something I just really need to get off my chest. Now, for anyone who doesn't know me or is new to my channel, allow me to reintroduce myself or introduce myself. My name is Roman, aka Mr. Anime 343, and I'd like to actually talk to you about the nerd culture that is anime, manga, video games, and comic books. In fact, that's what this channel is all about, talking about nerd culture in general. And as of late, we've been dealing with an influx of antis and tourists infiltrating our hobbies and fandoms, trying to push people out so they could actually use our fandoms and hobbies as like so-called safe spaces. When in reality, there's no such thing as a safe space. It's more along the lines of toxic echo chambers for mentally deranged lunatics and people pretending to be victims to have a political soapbox to use and say why they're morally superior than us. Or they just actually want to actually, pretend that they're oppressed and actually have to freaking lash out at people, glorifying their own freaking mental illnesses. But it seems that games developers are actually making women ugly on purpose just to fit ESG funding or DEI, agendas. Ooh. Which, in my personal opinion, is nothing more than extortionism. Because people like Larry Fink and, the folks over at BlackRock, they're just trying to actually strong arm companies into compliance with the DEI ESG funding, which raises massive red flags, and in my personal opinion, it's actually just nothing more than a huge ass, waste of time. And, the freaking ESG/DEI funding, that well is gonna eventually run dry, and there's gonna be no money in that. But let's keep this a $1.50, shall we? The current climate of politics are trying to dictate how, where, and when to spend your hard-earned money, while giving you below or inferior products, while in return pandering to activists who cry, scream, act like spoiled brats who have never been told no in their entire lives. This is just unimaginable. That the current state of the world is being overrun by cultural Marxists who don't understand that there are consequences for certain actions. But they keep doing the exact same thing over and over and over again because it gives them more and more power. And you should know that the saying about power, absolute power corrupts, and power corrupts absolutely. And it seems that an update has happened. It seems that Square Enix, or as some people like Raging Golden Eagle, for instance, would call it Squeenix, is cutting away from Sony for their exclusivity deals after the floss that is Forspoken, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's just starting to go downhill absolutely quickly. Since most of the games that were made under them with Western involvement are just going down rapidly at an accelerating rate. And it's causing them to become creatively bankrupt. In fact, not only did Forspoken actually freaking become creatively bankrupt, they literally bankrupt an entire company to shut down. In fact, I can never understand the appeal of why, people are always trying to pander to activists and journalists. They don't even play video games. Take for instance Anita Sarkeesian on one side and, her failed abomination of feminist frequency. And then on the other, you have freaking people like Alyssa Mercanti and, the people of Kotaku. You see, they're just trying to do this on purpose because they want the freaking hate clicks. They want the freaking money to actually afford whatever they can. But anywho, so it seems that the creators of Stellar Blade have created a massive bait and switch in marketing. They promised their games to be uncensored, but when it came out, the game was completely censored, the clothes were a little toned down, couldn't be able to show skin. Oh, it just freaking aggravates me. What the hell is Sony doing right now? In fact, I can understand that, the freaking company is actually stuck in California of all places. Why not get freaking Sony back to Japan? Let them make the games and, let us have some fun. And if you're going to ask me this personally, I'd ask this. Why are companies breaking their promises and switching things up or toning certain things down and breaking certain promises? Then all I gotta say is this. I guess you ain't worth my hard-earned money I made. And here's a little word to the wise for all the game companies out there. You see this? This is my wallet. And this is what happens when you actually freaking have me shut my mouth. If you want me to shut my mouth, then my wallet goes shut with it. There's the saying, vote with your wallets. Give people that actually want to actually give you your time and money and give you a good product. Those are the people that we should vote for. We should actually give our hard-earned money to the people that are willing to actually make something and, not actually freaking go and slap us in the face and actually just say that we're inferior. And here's an interesting question for you folks. Riddle me this, Batman. Why are we paying our hard-earned money on games that lack entertainment value or just beats you over the head with gender identity politics? Looking at you, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Yeah, like I said, a little helpful advice for the gaming companies out there. Never bite the hand that feeds you. In fact, technically speaking, we've been watching in real time how game companies usually alienate their fan bases along with setting with games journalists like Kotaku, IGN, Polygon, all for the sake of ESG funding. You do realize that ESG is nothing more than a scam, a huge Ponzi scheme. Investors are pulling out because of a lack of return on investment. And to add the cherry on top of this this freaking garbage sundae, or should I say the rotten cherry on top of this garbage sundae, it seems that Ubisoft is actually using a black character in their Japanese rendition of Assassin's Creed. And yeah, we all know about Yasuke, right? He's actually a retainer for Nobunaga Oda. And this is just me personally speaking, this is my personal opinion, and I'm willing to die on this hill. Here's an idea. Why not use an actual Japanese character instead of a black character for the protagonist? But then again, all the freaking people out there who actually say that we need to actually have, a certain demographic fit with the with what we're making, that just shows how out of touch these game companies are. You see, if you want to actually stick close to historical accuracy, you need to actually have, like, actual representation. But it turns out that the creator behind Assassin's Creed also had connections to Sweet Baby Inc. Dun dun dun! Plot twist. To me, it makes sense, since the game is set in Japan of all places, that there should be at least a male and female Japanese character instead of, like, having Yasuke. Like, have him be, like, a supporting character throughout the story. But then again, they actually see, Japanese people as, like, the equivalent of whites. Okay. Calling me stupid. Okay. How do Japanese people become equivalent to whites? That doesn't make any sense. It's just, like, completely mind-baffling. If you guys can figure that one out, please let me know down in the comments, because my head freaking is still wrapping around that, and I can't make heads or tails about that. You see, Ubisoft, make that make sense to me. And if Ubisoft really wants to make money on Assassin's Creed, why not actually have a character that fits the role, like a shinobi, or what we like to call here in the West, a ninja? Because ninja games need to make a massive comeback, in my personal opinion. But then again, I'd hate to see what the West cooks up because of this best blaming gamers as, like, alt-right terrorists. And they also have connections to, like, the Germans back in World War II, which, rhymes with the word Yahtzees. In fact, people don't understand. If you do not learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. But that's what we see with all these leftists. They just want to freaking, repeat history and not learn a single damn thing. And I try to stay out of the realm of politics, because that is one toxic cesspool that needs to be personally drained. Okay? Straight up. Try to avoid politics as best as possible, because, in the words of Lemmy Kilmister, God rest his soul, all politicians are assholes. They never actually keep their word on certain things. And they'll actually just, raise your taxes and have you pay extra. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. If you guys really enjoyed this kind of content, please smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell for future updates. And also, comment down below what your thoughts are on the current gaming climate. And as always, guys, just remember these 4 things. Respect the rights of fan service, enjoy your fandoms, embrace your degeneracy, as long as it's legal, doesn't hurt you or anyone else, and needs freedom. Until next time, guys, I'm Mr. Enemy 343. God, anime, mecha, be too ready for fucking speed.